Azaman. Hello guys, it's a beautiful day. I'm back again. Today, I want to be revealing to you how Cubana Chief Priest makes his money. How he makes his money. Many people have been insinuating a whole lot of things, but today I want to put paid to all the speculations and the insinuations so that you know where this guy actually makes his money. You know that yesterday, Burna Boy called him out, shaded him and tagged him as Azaman. You know, and it's something related to fraud and the likes. Okay, this is the post made by Burna Boy yesterday, tagging him and Azaman, claiming that his partner in the USA has already been arrested and that it's only a matter of time before he also gets arrested. In fact, in the post, he tagged him Hotelier with cross. And I made the post yesterday advising him not to inherit Davido's beef with Burna Boy. But today, after some investigation, I want to expose how this guy is actually making his money. You know, so that everybody can know his secret. But who is he? Cubana Chief Priest, that is his nickname. But his real name is Pascal. So, he was born in 1981. So, as of this year, he is 43, at least until April, when he will be turning 44. He's 43 years old as of today. And, you know, he's a graduate. He graduated from a polytechnic in Hotelier, where he was born. He did his OND and HND at that polytechnic. After his polytechnic education, and there was no job, he had to go to his father to learn how to make shoe. So he was once a shoemaker. And I'm sure so many of you are going to be finding out about this for the first time, but that's the truth. Cubana was once a shoemaker, and he learned it from his father. He learned shoemaking from his father, according to the information available online. After learning it, he went into full-blown shoemaking, and according to him, that was how he made his first million. So you people wondering how the guy made his first money. He made it through shoemaking that he learned from his father. But he didn't stop there, he continued making more, and after some time, he left the country to Malaysia. In Malaysia, there is no information as to what he was doing there, but he was there for some time, and after some time, after a couple of months and years, he returned to the country. I don't know what prompted his return, but after some years in Malaysia, he returned to the country. Maybe things weren't going as planned, or maybe he had a better idea that he could only implement in the country, but he returned to Nigeria after some time in Malaysia. But when he got to Nigeria, what was he doing? What? And that's where the story gets interesting. What did he start doing when he got to Nigeria? I've also done my research, and here I'm going to be showing you what Cubana Chief Priest did when he first got to Nigeria. Well, he started out as a hype man, and he was working with Obi Cubana. You know Obi Cubana, the owner of the Cubana group of companies and Cubana nightclub. So he was doing the hype man for Obi Cubana. In fact, that's where he got his name, Cubana Chief Priest. He was something of a chief priest at the nightclub. And in fact, the popularity of Cubana is credited to Cubana Chief Priest, because the guy was all over the place shouting and popularizing this nightclub. At the height of it, he was like the biggest hype man in the country. But after some time, there was a fallout between him and Obi Cubana, prompting them to part ways. And it was popular that time, it was a viral news. But after they parted ways, then he moved on with his life. And what did he do next? Here is what he did next. He went into nightlife business proper. He became a nightlife boss. No, he leveraged on the expertise he had gained being a hype man for Obi Cubana and used it to open his own nightclubs. He opened one in Lagos. He opened his own nightclub. He opened one in Owerri, where he was resident then. He opened one in Delta, and he opened one in Lagos. So, after leaving Obi Cubana, he went to establish his own nightclubs and started hyping as a hype man. It was easy for him to transition into owning nightclubs, and since he was already popular and he was like the face of Cubana clubs, it was easy for him to transition into owning his own, and he leveraged on that mileage and social club that he had already gotten. So he opened his own nightclub. But after some time, he also delved into other businesses. He went into being a distributor. As the owner of so many nightclubs, it was easy for him to distribute for many local brands. Notable among them was NSE. In fact, in a particular video, he said is like one of the biggest distributors of NSE in Nigeria, and what he does is that whenever anybody pays him to supply liquor for their events, he makes sure that he supplies everything, and out of the profit that he makes sure that he attends the events to spray part of the profit on the person that ordered through him. So that gave him a whole lot of leverage, and it made him grow exponentially because people now saw him as somebody that was generous. Out of the profit that he makes from the deal that he does with you, he still comes to your event to spray heavily on you. That was one of his major hacks of ensuring customer commitment. So you should learn from this customer commitment. Spending part of the profit on the same customer that paid you to supply. What's better way to make them committed to you long term? So it made that known. It was a free game and so many people ignored it, but I feel it's a good way of extracting commitment from your customer. In whatever business you do, you can learn from this. So after doing distributorship for some time, he made a whole lot of money, and then another way he makes money is through brand influencing. He's a brand influencer of note. In fact, there was a time he was calling himself the biggest PR person in Africa, and you can't argue that with him because at that time he was influencing for so many big international brands. One of them was Mikano. He was always giving blow by blow updates of how he was influencing for them, and ensuring prompt supply of whatever does for them. And also he was influencing for one automobile company also in Lagos, I think Gili, I'm not sure, but I think he was influencing for them, and he was very meticulous about it. He made sure that supplies were prompt and customers were always satisfied, and he made a whole lot of money from that, believe you me. Also, he was influencing for so many liquor brands. In fact, there was a time that he was flown out to Scotland to the headquarters of one of the liquor brands he was influencing for at that time. That was how influential and powerful he was and still is as an influencer in Africa. So another thing that he does is that he is now a hotelier. He just recently opened his hotel in Owerri, and believe you me, anybody that has gone to that place testifies to the fact that he spared nothing to ensure that the hotel is top-notch in Owerri. And there was a time I even saw a post on Twitter where somebody thought the hotel was just an anyhow hotel, but when he requested for their quotes, he was shocked by the prices he was seeing on their list. That's how big that hotel is in Owerri. So that's another source of income for this young entrepreneur. So another way he makes money is that he is a media head. In 2025, he was named a media head to the Imo State government, social media head. Because of his influence, the governor felt if he collaborated with him, he would help him in advancing his social media image, and it worked because he helped the governor to actually get a second term re-election. So the guy also works as a social media head for the Imo State government. And another point that I forgot to note is the fact that this guy is also a real estate investor. There was a time that he was very aggressive with real estate investment and was always telling people that they should buy properties in Lagos. I think he was working with one real estate guru that time. He was aggressively buying properties from that man, and he was constantly telling people that they should not sleep on the money that comes from real estate investment. So that's another source of income. So from the foregoing, you can see that these are intimidating portfolios. Real estate investment, being a social media head to a state government, being a brand influencer, being an hotelier, and so many other things that it does. So many things. So it's very difficult to actually accuse this man of just being an Azaman, as indicated and insinuated by Burna Boy. We must always seek to see good in people. Although I stood against this man yesterday about his attempt to inherit the beef between Davido and Burna Boy, but that won't still stop me from letting people know that far more than just being a Davido friend, this guy is an astute businessman and an aggressive investor. He has a whole lot of investment portfolios that would comfortably shield him from any economic downturn. He has diversified his investment portfolio in such a way that even if one goes down, he will still be balling. So that's the secret of this guy's money, and this is actually how he makes his money. I don't believe the Azaman accusation one bit, because the money this guy makes from all these things that he does, even till now, he still hypes for his own businesses. He's still aggressively investing, he's still distributing for local brands, influencing for them aggressively, So I don't believe the claim by Burna Boy that this guy only makes his money through being an Azaman. How much can he even make through that means anyways? So this is from my own investigation. This is actually how this guy makes his money. Thank you for listening to this, for watching this episode. I appreciate you for staying with me up to this moment. But before you go, kindly do one thing for me: subscribe to my channel and switch on your notifications so that you can get notified anytime I drop a video. Thank you. Bye.